we go. Alright, so,
What?
featuring freshness. Let's shoot on that.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll start off and then I'll let you add on your opinion. What I don't
Okay.
understand is that they release featuring freshness. Fresh, what does the word fresh mean? It means new, right?
Yep.
Alright, so, what is new about this album?
Absolutely fucking nothing except two fucking piece of shit songs.
Exactly. Every other song has been, like, the Blaze songs that they put on it, like ICP featuring Blaze. That was off Blaze's new album. Like, they have two songs off of Blaze's brand new album, Gang Rags. Like, and Gang Rags before was released like what, like a month or two before this came out? Just about, or give or take. I don't get that. I just don't understand why they would market that off. Like, if it's featuring freshness, you should feature some hidden songs that we have never heard before, even if they're shitty or not. Like, they use the song Bitches by ODB so much now. And to me,
Yeah.
that's the shittiest song that they've ever made with another artist.
Yeah.
Because, and if you read Behind the Paint, and if anybody else hasn't, go look it up. And you can quote me on this. They sent, I think it was 10,000. I could be wrong with the money amount, but they sent like $10,000. All right,
Yeah.
$10,000 to fucking ODB's people or whatever. And
Yeah.
then he's like, all right, they sent them their lines. They wanted him to do a verse, and all he went
Yeah.
was he was high off a kite or whatever, just saying, "Bitch is this, bitch is that, bitch, bitch, bitch," and that was it.
Yeah.
And what ICP said that they had to do is they had to edit it all so it sounded like a verse.
Okay. I'm pretty sure they were probably just doing it to be like, yeah, rest in peace.
Well, now they do, but I mean, back in the day, whenever this came out during the song came out in general during Jekyll Brothers, whenever he was still alive. But I mean, and the book came out whenever he was still alive. Now he's passed on, but
Yeah.
still, it's like fucking bullshit. And what was the other album we were talking about earlier?
Decent. What stupid CD player turned on? What? Say it again.
What other CD that was kind of like that? What we were talking about? I can't remember.
Duck the fuck down. Yeah, I think it was Duck the fuck down. Let me check if that's the one I was mentioning. I have it in my little pile. Yeah, it was Duck the fuck down. It kind of came with like a little piece of shit.
Right.
Yeah, it was like, what the fuck? Like, I buy CDs because of the fucking, the fucking booklet. It's like, just like Heartbroken and Homicide, one of the best booklets ever.
Agreed. Because it was confusing for me.
Yeah, it's like, what
It
the fuck?
came with a
I thought there was
pencil.
supposed to be words in this book.
Yeah, it came with a pencil inside of the plastic. And it's like, how do you get the pencil? But then you realize, oh, there's no way you can get it without breaking the fucking CD. So then what
No,
you have to do
there's
is,
a way.
there is there?
Yeah, I forgot what I heard it, but it's like you're supposed to open it and there's like a little catch that you open it, it doesn't break it as much.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
me, I just
And
left it in
another,
there.
yeah, but it's awesome how you had to think about how to get the words on it.
Yeah,
And another thing, like like AMV, like I bought one of their albums, and it's called Strictly for the Syrup. If they wanted a good booklet, they should put pictures of them with a juggalo.
right,
Like, come on, use your brain. Just like feature freshness. You probably took pictures over the years with all these people that do that feature freshness with them, and you could put it in the booklet. And like on the back of the fucking CD, at the back of the booklet, so like a little pile of pictures. What the fuck? And
right.
all of them are of ICP. None of them. There's no vanilla ice in here. No Gator family. No Boondock. Nobody. Not even Twisted.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
I don't get it. I straight up
Yeah.
don't get it. Another thing, the old shits. CD.
Yeah.
That one pissed me the fuck off.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's all old shit.
Yeah, and anybody that has most of the Kurt have those albums.
Right?
Have those songs. I think the only song was the Dog Beats on there.
Yeah, that was the only one that's really semi-rare, if you want to call it rare.
And you can buy it on iTunes for about like 99 cents.
You don't even have to buy it. You can go on YouTube and get a YouTube to MP3 thing.
Yeah.
And copy off YouTube.
Yeah. And then or fucking go on that like fucking music sharing site.
Yeah.
Like it's not I would have rather had them fucking re-record the fucking song.
That would be pretty cool because whenever they played it on the old shit tour that I went to, it was fucking the shit, dude. With the nowadays version compared to the back then version, like with the quality of equipment that they have now compared to back in the day whenever they recorded that, they should just re-record it.
Sounds like shit compared to like Great Malenko.
Right? Exactly.
Like this recording.
Yeah.
It's like Esham's cassette, Still Kill the Fetus sounds different than fucking what's that one album? On Psychopath, not on Psychopath, the one with the lambs on it.
Sacrificial Lambs?
Yeah, it sounds too like different, sounds more better quality.
Yeah, well of course, because back in the day he recorded Kill the Fetus album back in I believe 1993.
Let me see. 93.
See, told you, I know my shit.
What you know your shit.
But yeah, like back in 1993, like they didn't have as much vast equipment like nowadays.
Yeah, like now you have auto tuning, which is for pussies.
Well, if your voice is raspy, that's understandable to use it, you know. But
no, it's like if your voice is raspy, you can fix it with nice loud.
Right, that or you can just auto tune it just a tiny bit. You don't have to be like T-Pain auto tune.
Or like Lil Wayne.
Yeah. Lil Wayne auto tunes everything.
Like Boondock. Boondock used it in one song only.
Yeah, and it sounded pretty cool.
And it matched a song that needed auto tune.
Exactly. It matched the tune or the mood of the song.
Yeah, and another album that pisses me off is the Terror Wheel.
Terror Wheel? I've never listened to that album, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah. They had like 2 songs that were on the fucking album before. Ringmaster. Dead Body Man. Let me see. I got the fucking album right here. Yeah, Dead Body Man.
I don't think it came out during Ringmaster. I think it came out between Ringmaster.
On the fucking CD it has a Ringmaster thing.
Well, maybe I don't know.
1994.
Oh.
Yeah, and
well, okay. I'll stop you real quick. All right. 1994, right?
Yeah.
Kill the Fetus album came out in 93, right?
Yeah.
I ask you, who's better at that time period?
No, not Esham.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like if you want to get technical, you know the word technical. I can't say it.
Technical?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to get that, 1993 ICP released Recurrent. Esham released Kill the Fetus. What album is better?
Kill the Fetus.
Damn straight. And I have listened both. They might use CD player both. I compare both. Esham and ICP look like a little piercing in your eyes.
They do. Like what did I tell you? I told you that ICP is for 16-year-old and up. Right?
Yeah, but
and what's
but you can Esham if you want a nice hardcore feeling, that's your guy.
Well, what did I always tell you? I told you that like ICPs for 13 to 17-year-olds. eShops for fucking adults.
Yeah, that has sense in their mind, not like Cycle Sam.
Right.
Yeah, and that gay bashing faggot that probably wanted to go in the gay bar and needed a reason. And probably got felt up and shot someone.
Yep.
Yeah, that faggot.
Well, I want to go off saying calling him a faggot or whatever, but
Oh, he's faggot. He's faggot. Secretly, he's gay.
I talked to Kid Crusher KC on Tiny Chat, and he told me that I was talking to him about the Juggalo episode of CSI.
What episode was that?
There was an episode where they were talking about Psycho Sam.
For real?
And
Yeah,
the
I gotta pick that episode up.
you go online and look it up. I don't know the exact name of it. But Psycho Sam, they made an episode about surrounding it, and they asked Kid Crusher if they could use his music in their episode, and they gave him $1,000 contract, and he's like, all right, sure, whatever, go right ahead. I don't give a fuck, you know. It's getting his music out there. That's how KC saw it. But then he noticed that they were doing it for the Psycho Sam episode. And then he got really, really mad and depressed at them because they lied to Kid Crusher.
Yeah.
You know?
It was actually,
And
I think it
also,
was Law and Order.
or was it Law and Order? Yeah, Law and Order. Yeah. My bad.
Feel I Death. If anybody wants to watch it, it's called Feel I Death.
Yeah. And the thing is that Psycho Sam mailed KC a letter saying that so I heard that they made an episode of Law and Order about us. Haha, it's kind of funny, isn't it? And he mailed him back and he's like, yeah, man, it is kind of funny. But he told me that deep down inside he knew something was up when they asked him, but he didn't care at the time. That was whenever KC was still trying to make a name for himself, you know. And so he just took the money and ran, technically. And it's still fucked up, but still, like, what Psycho Sam was fucked up, but still, like, for every group of fans, there's always going to be one crazy person.
And Michael Sam was high off drugs. Just to give him a little bit of doubt.
Yeah.
He was high off drugs.
For real. And I feel for him in that way, you know, because whenever you're drunk or high, you don't.
I think it was both.
Yeah, or both. You don't think clearly. You know, like, how many girls get raped at parties because they're drunk or they're high? Or the person that they're with or whatever, or they meet a dude that's drunk or high.
Yeah.
And they don't pay attention to age, and then they get raped or have sex, and they say yes, and then they sue the other person for rape or whatever. Because they were drunk and high. People do fucked up shit whenever they're fucked up, basically.
Yeah. I'm reading about the case of this chick fucking emerged. He wrote a poem. Screaming and bleeding, laying on the floor. Can't help it. I'm aching for more. For slowly I'm making snakes. Incisions in her main artery. I feel the blood rush. Rush all over my body. Going deeper and deeper. Your life is slowly fading. Your eyes go red and your body starts shaking. I don't feel for him anymore.
Right.
Like, he literally wrote about the cheating lover.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and when he was good, like, he's not good at rapping, but he's good at writing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was good. Like, his writing style, but his voice, like, what the fuck? He's kind of sad that his voice was so. Oh, he was drunk off beer, smoked marijuana, weed, what the fuck do they call it, marijuana, and taking taking painkillers.
Yeah, they'll make you fucked up. Painkillers will make you fucked up.
They'll make you days.
Painkillers can make anybody fucked up, or anybody hooked to it. Like me,
Yeah,
I can't.
That's why I feel for Eminem a little.
Like me, whenever I had my wisdom teeth removed, they gave me 2 weeks prescription of Vicodin, like 300 milligram or something like that.
Oh,
dude, I took one, and I got so fucked up, but it felt so good, and my brain's like, you need more of this. But before I had that feeling, I fell asleep. Woke up sober, my teeth were still hurting, and I was like, I want to pop some more of that. But what I did is I cut it in half and took only half of one. And I went to school like high as a kite, and everybody knew because I still had some gauze in my mouth or whatever, soaking up
Yeah,
some of the blood. Like they said that to put some gauze in your mouth every so often, if you and just
yeah,
not talk, just write to talk. That's what
yeah,
my dentist said. And I'm like, all right, that's fine, that's understandable. And
yeah.
my teacher, she knew that I was high as a kite because every single class I went to, I wore sunglasses indoors.
I do that all the time though.
But no, like at my school, if you wear sunglasses, you usually get suspended on the spot.
Oh, okay.
Okay, just for you to know, because either you're stoned as fuck, or you're drunk, or something's off with you. All right.
Yeah,
And me, I had big goofy sunglasses, and I had them right here. These ones, as people can see at home, and you can probably see later. And I was just wearing them, and I just look goofy as hell, and I'm just like high as a kite. I'm just like daydreaming and shit, and like they're looking at me like that kid is high as a fucking kite, you know. And I'll be walking down the hallways, and I'll just be like zigzag walking, walking in a zigzag because I'm so fucking gone.
yeah. Vicodin is a dangerous painkiller, but I think it's good for like major pain. But they need to cut back on whatever they're putting in that motherfucker.
Agreed, because like me with like wisdom teeth, like I don't have a high pain tolerance, like with dentists
Yeah,
and all that. Like if they pop a tooth out, I'm like, just give me a shot to numb it, and then they give me a
yeah,
small shot on my gum line or whatever, and they numb it, and then afterwards it hurts a little, and then what I do is I take normal Motrin, or
yeah,
ibuprofen, and I take like two of that, and I'm set. But whenever you get
yeah.
your wisdom teeth removed, dude, I don't know if you probably haven't had yours done, but whenever you do,
My brother has,
yeah, alright, so you kind of
and
know.
he has told me it hurts like a motherfucker,
Yeah, it does. What I had
and
to
I
do
don't
is
want.
I had to pop like 5 Motrin pills just so then the swelling would go down. Because
Oh,
all my gum line and all that was inflamed. Like you know how like your muscles get inflamed if you hurt it, or like if you pull a muscle.
yeah,
It was like the same thing, But like it was like the same concept. So the Motrin would make the swelling of my cheeks go down, so I'm not like chipmunk teeth or whatever, or chipmunk mouth or whatever, all like, and I wasn't like a blimp or whatever. So I would take that, and then I would take a thing of Motrin, and I'll be fucking gone. Like
yeah,
I'll be there, but I won't remember what happened at all.
yeah,
And I had computer class, and I remember the only thing I remember of having computer class during the whole time whenever I had my wisdom teeth removed
yeah,
was going online and looking at funny memes, like at memegenerator.com. And I
uh,
went on there, and I was laughing hysterically so fucking loud in the whole entire computer lab, and everybody could hear me, and they're like, what's wrong with him? And at one point, the security guy came, and he was searching my shit, and I had a doctor's note that I had to carry on me everywhere I went, so I kept that in my wallet, saying like, he is prescribed Vicodin. If he is a little loopy, this is what will happen. Basically, something to that terms or whatever. And I'm like, what up, bro? He's like, you need to come with me. Bring your stuff. So I bring my stuff with me, which is my backpack or whatever, and my jacket. He's like, take off your jacket and give me your bag. I'm like, alright. So I give him my bag, my book bag. He's going through it, He's like, alright, there's nothing wrong here. Let me see your jacket. Give him my jacket, and he's like, alright, there's nothing wrong here. And he gave me a pat down or whatever. And at the school that I went to, it was KCTC, Kent Career Technical Center, and they have police classes there. They have graphic design classes, which I went for, and they have nursery and all that other stuff, all that good stuff. And there was a cop in there as well because there's always a police officer at the school that's doing the police class, and he got
like
called to
at my
come.
school they do the same shit.
What's that?
At my school they have to have a police officer because we had a school shooting last year.
Yeah. Well, ours is not that way though, but ours is just that the guy's there to teach the cop class, basically, you know.
Yeah.
And whenever somebody's high or suspected of having drugs on them, he has to be there whenever our security guy frisks somebody, you know. And that's understandable. It's understandable, you know.
Yeah.
So he was there, and he's like, "Okay, son, you're clearly high as a kite, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gone. I'm gone." And he's like, "Why are you so high?" And I'm like, "Oh, wait, sir. If you look in my wallet, I have a doctor's note. I got my wisdom teeth removed. I'm talking with gauze in my mouth, all right?" And if they didn't expect that to be weird, you know, they never expected that to be weird at all.
I'm just trying to be like the guy from Godfather.
Right?
And that's exactly how the guy talked like that. He had cotton balls in his mouth.
I was all like, "Yeah, sure. I got a doctor's note." And he's like, "What is that in your mouth?" "Gosh." He's like, "What?" And I pulled one out. It was all soaked in blood. And he's like, "Oh, dude, son, go throw that away." And so I threw it away. I threw the other one away, and I spit in the inside the trash can, and my spit was like pure red because apparently I was tonguing like at the stitches or whatever, at one of the stitches, and one of the stitches broke. And then
Oh
whenever
yeah.
and my dad called, or they called my dad, the school called my dad to come pick me up because I was gone high. And this was whenever I took a full pill, alright? And then whenever I got home, my dad's like, "Alright, we need to go take you back to the dentist, and then they can restitch that." I'm like, "Alright, that's fine." So they took me to there, and I was gone, and I couldn't feel any pain at all. And they're like, "Is there any way that you can just quick stitch in his mouth?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, we got nothing going on. You know." So my doctor's like, "So how you feeling?" And I'm like, "I'm feeling God." You know, my mouth open, and he's going to work at my mouth, and he's stitching it up and all that, and and then he stitches it up, and then he sends me on his way, and he's like, "Oh, Lucas." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Huh?" He's like, "Take half a pill." I'm like, "Okay." And he tells my dad that, and then my dad takes me home, and he's like, "You know what? Just go sleep. Just go to bed." I'm like, "Okay." And I'm just lollygagging upstairs, you know, like tired and
Like
all
like
that.
like in fucking Eminem relapse. My mom at the end was like, I fall in bed. I'm wobbling. I fall in bed with a bottle. Um. Wait, I got the fucking song. Hang on. This is the perfect song. Um, relapse, 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 which is one of Eminem's best albums ever. Encore. Just for all you fuckers to know that. Uh,
Yeah, I can't hear any of that.
little piece. So, like, catching up. Now, stop wobbling.
Dude, I
Fall
can't
back.
understand a thing of that. It just sounds like static.
Huh?
I can't hear any of it. It just sounds like static.
Oh, it's pretty much here. Here it is. I'm gonna go on the internet really fast. Yeah, it's a good song. It's like, and people that are listening, if you guys hate relapse just because Eminem just came out of rehab, listen. to relapse and then go back to Marshall Mathers LP. They're the same. And plus Marshall Mathers LP is when it just happened to ICP, and ICP came back with Webcam, which is hilarious.
But yeah, dude, like, I was gone high, and then the next day I only took half of one, alright?
Yeah.
I went to school, and I was feeling alright. But I was feeling good, but I was feeling alright. And I had, like, 2 extra pill bottles. And whenever my surgery and the stitches were gone, because what they said is that the stitches that they use is, like, the type of thread that if you swallow it, it's okay. Because eventually it'll just stitch together, like, eventually it would just, close, you know, and then the stitches will just pop right on out, you know, because that's apparently what it does. I don't fucking know, but,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah, I got the word. It says, I'll do it. I pop and dabble and start wobbling, hobble, flip, and then fall in the bed with a bottle of meds, and I eat like your bobblehead. Which is the best thing ever. That made me laugh.
but yeah, like, you know what I'm saying, like, like you said that I would just swallow it or whatever, but I still had 2 extra pill bottles left of Vicodin, and every time I would get sober and things would just get lame or whatever, and my day would be bored, my brain would be like, yo, you should go pop the other pill, you should go pop another pill. But deep down, I didn't really want to, you know? But, like, that's how addictive, like, painkillers can be, you know?
And how much fun is that? This is going to be taken advantage of, and you're going to get paid for it just because of that. Just like the hanging out with someone.
Oh yeah, I don't care if people make fun of me for like, look at Jersey. He just made a video saying that he was bitching to Spike, saying that he was a Vicodin addict.
Yeah.
I was in the same boat for a little bit, but I didn't go out and buy the shit off the streets though, you know, or nothing, you know. I wasn't like that, but I was addicted to it, and I had 2 extra pill bottles, and I took them all, both. I only took, okay, I had 2 pill bottles, alright? But I took half of one. I still had half and another full bottle left over. I could have given that back to a pharmacy and make money by selling it back to the pharmacy that I got it from, you know, and get my money back. Because that shit was expensive. It's like $60 per bottle or so if you have a prescription. On the streets, that shit is like a full bottle on the streets is worth like 200 something, you know? So, like, I could have gotten my money back, but I didn't care about money. I just felt like I just cared about feeling good. So, technically, well, I'll quote ICP. I was being a basehead, you know, without trying to be. I didn't want it.
They're cracked at the base head or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I was, or what's it called? Sedatives. That's what I was. I was like, I need to get that. I need to get that drug. I need to get that drug, without wanting it. I didn't want it, but my brain was like, you need it. But I didn't need it. You know. But yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what. This happened like a couple years ago. We're talking to this guy at a local hot dog stand, and we know him. We know the restaurant owner and shit. We're talking with them. We're talking about like Ritalin and how I'm on Ritalin, and he's like, you know how much that shit's worth on the street?
Oh yeah, it's like worth $30 per pill here.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck? It's like some college student will probably want to study.
Oh yeah, like if you don't have ADHD and you take Ritalin, you know what that does? It makes you want to study. It makes you want to be constructive.
Even when you have ADHD, it fucks your brain even more.
Oh yeah, Dude, I have
Like,
ADHD. I was put on Ritalin whenever I was 5 years old.
yeah, I
Five
was put
years.
on,
Okay, 5 years old. All right.
yeah, me too. I was, no, but I got put on, I was put
1990,
on a lot of
19,
different other shit.
1994.
Yeah, that's when I was born.
Yeah, whenever you were born. All right. Back
Yeah,
back then, Dominic, dude, like back then, that shit wasn't really studied.
yeah,
ADHD
exactly.
wasn't really studied. Ritalin wasn't really studied that well. They just thought that it would help.
And it did, but it fucked the kid's brain.
It fucked with my brain for sure, and I know this because whenever I was on Ritalin, I didn't felt the same. Like I used to love music whenever I was a young kid. I used to love wrestling when I was a kid. When I was on Ritalin, I didn't want to watch it.
It was
And
boring.
huh?
It was like boring and shit.
No, it wasn't boring. It was just like, oh yeah, that. All right, whatever. That's how my mood was for everything. I was like,
Yeah, and
yeah,
you know
oh
what
okay,
Ritalin does? That's bad. It takes away your appetite once in a while.
agreed, agreed.
Like, like me, like that's why I'm so fat. Like chubby is because like sometimes I like go to my oh, I haven't fucking eat because I'm hungry.
Oh yeah,
And when like I tell my dad my dad like doesn't he doesn't understand the effect. Like if I tell you, yeah, Ritalin fucks my brain, you'll understand because you were in the same boat as me. My
yeah,
dad's like, oh yeah. He says it all cocky. I'm like, yeah, it fucks my brain. I don't take it. I can play video games. I can watch some TV. I can go to work. I want to do stuff. When I'm on Ritalin, I don't want to talk to nobody. I just want to be by myself.
exactly. And it almost puts you in a comatose.
Yeah,
You know, where you're like you're there but you're not there.
yeah. I mean, it's like a new drug intuitive that I switched over. Which I didn't want to, but
What, Mutrin?
no, intuitive. The fucking commercial.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's a new drug and shit. It's like a 9 hour some shit. And
Uh,
I take it and like it like slows down my thoughts.
yeah,
Like usually off of medicine I can think rapidly, but then I was diagnosed with Tourette, and that which now I have to take that because I don't want to be pushing them all day in school. And
yeah,
it like when it's not mixed with Ritalin, it's fine, but when it's mixed with Ritalin, it's like I'm a zombie. Like in fucking ABK medicine bag, mental evaluation. I don't need no pills to turn me into a zombie with no thrill.
mhm.
Yeah, like that. Like it turns you into a zombie, and I don't understand why it turns kids on medicine. Like
Well,
I
look,
can understand.
I'll quote Daniel Jordan. I hate drug dealers.
Yeah,
You know the biggest drug dealers are? It's doctors because he said in an
yeah.
interview that doctors they don't care if you get better. They just want to sell
They
you.
want.
They want to put you on drugs. So then the drug companies that that basically try to get doctors to sell get money.
Yeah,
They don't want to
exactly.
solve nothing. Like, why do you think cancer's not solved by now? Because there's no money in the cure.
Yeah, exactly.
There's only money into what could possibly cure, but have bad after effects,
Like
side effects.
fucking chemo,
What's that?
like chemo and radiation.
Yeah, chemotherapy. Like you throw up whenever you eat certain foods. Your foods taste like metal, like what my mom's going through.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. That's what happened to my mom. Like fucking like she had a teeth with plastic foot because the metal would get her sick.
Exactly. Same. That's how my mom is right now.
Yeah, and it's bullshit because they could probably find a pill or some other thing that doesn't do anything to you to kill them.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a cure for a cancer out there, alright? There is a
Like,
cure for a cancer. It's just that no, there's not going to be enough money. Like, the money worth for the cure is going to be fucking ridiculous. Alright, that's number
yeah,
one. If there is a cure, alright, for any cancer, and I'm sure there is, but the government's just waiting for, like, an apocalypse to happen
yeah, exactly.
to release it, you know? And then they're just going to charge it like a shitload of money. All right, that's one. And two, like all the side effect pills that you have to take, like chemo, you said, and like radiation.
Yeah,
Sure that cures it, but it leaves you a shitload of side effects where you have to take extra pills to cure that. And there's more money in doing that for our government than there is for just a flat out plain cure. That's why there's never
exactly.
going to be a cure for cancer, there's never going to be a cure for AIDS. Sure, it's
Yeah,
nice to donate to all these companies and stuff like St. Jude Fund and like what's it called? I can't remember the AIDS thing. Like that Wear Red company or whatever for AIDS and stuff like that.
oh
Sure,
shit, I forgot.
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, like sure. There's those organizations are great. They're awesome, but and they're awesome to help. But there's like never gonna be a cure. So all those kids that you see on St. Jude commercials and all that, they're gonna die
yeah, yeah, totally.
over time, whenever they like there's like 6-year-old kids with certain types of cancers and whatnot, and through St. Jude they can live like 7 more years. Sure, that's nice that they can live for 7 more years, but they're not gonna have their full lifetime,
Exactly.
and that's what's fucked up, you know. Like, sure, I'll donate to that so that kid can get an extra year of life. I'm fine with that. I'll donate my hard-earned money for that kid, but in the long
Yeah.
run, that kid's not gonna live that long, and he's not gonna have a full life to live.
Yo, um, I'm watching the first video we made, raise the volume on your phone.
Yeah, that's the
Yes,
highest it
sir.
goes.
It's like somebody comments saying Guido can't hear homie on the phone, bro.
Well, I can't raise it any louder, so they've got to raise their volume louder.
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear it when I raise my volume. So raise it up, bitch.
So
Raise
turn
it
up
up.
your shit, yo. Everybody, turn up your shit if you can't hear it.
It's like, bitch, raise it down. Like, plug your headphones in.
Yeah, put your headphones in. Yeah, do that. Headphones are a lot
Yeah, like,
clearer than
I have my
speakers.
volume on low. I can hear what I'm saying, just I have to listen closely.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with listening closely.
Yeah. Like, my phone, like, I have no idea who made my phone, but it's loud as hell. Like, 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 I have it not even on speaker, and everybody can hear my conversation.
Right,
Really? It's like, think that I'm not in the CIA or some shit.
right.
Yo, we're gonna blow up the Twin Towers. Oh, dude, no, it's gonna blow up the Twin Towers. Call the police. I still say that was an inside job. How did you not know that planes were gonna get hijacked at that time?
Okay, I'll
And
stop you there. You talking about okay? If y'all can't hear him, he's talking about 9/11, how it's inside job and that. Here's my view on it. All right. You ready? You ready for this? How
yeah,
can okay? Back in 1999, there was an interview with Osama bin Laden in I think it was Pakistan.
yeah,
I believe. I could be wrong on that, so don't quote me. It was on CNN News. They were in a hut made of mud and sticks.
what
Okay?
the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. How can some CIA agent who was sent over to ruin the poppy plant drug trade, because poppy plants you can turn that shit into fucking you can turn poppy plants into heroin. Alright, that's where heroin comes from, alright?
Yeah,
And what he was sent over there to do is sabotage that whole poppy plant trade. So basically, what he had to do is he had to be part of the gang that's over there that's selling the shit, alright? And then basically do a RICO effect. The RICO
yeah,
effect basically means you get the leader to surrender all of his people, alright?
yeah,
All of his workers and all of the lower people, so that he can get out scot-free, alright?
yeah,
That's where a RICO effect works. That's what his job was to do. He was to be the RICO effect by becoming the top shit leader,
yeah,
and then doing the RICO effect, and then getting all these people in prison. And that's hunky-dory fine, you know? But here's the thing. He betrayed the United States, alright? He joined them because they were paying him more money and he was getting more money working for them than with the US. That's the reason why we claimed him as the guy that was behind all this shit. Alright? And I ask you this, in that interview, if you look around, he doesn't own anything. He doesn't own another set of clothes. He only owns the clothes that he's wearing. Alright? And tell me, how can some sand niggas, and I say that term loosely, because, alright, loosely, because I don't ever use the word nigga, alright? But how can some sand niggas who can't even afford a fucking toothbrush that lives in a hut made of mud and sticks from trees pull off 9/11?
Thank you. But my point was, how the fuck can they not hear about that happening? Come on, it would have spread around that they're gonna do it.
Right?
It's like, come on, it's like fucking high school.
Pretty much. That's usually how it works. You know? But some people are so sheep-minded and narrow-minded and just completely, oh, what he says is cool. Alright, that's kind of like my life. Like, it's like that episode of Family Guy. Whenever, Lewis Griffin was running against, fucking Adam West, and they weren't listening to her press conference, and Brian was like, you need to say something that relates to them. And then all of a sudden she was like, government. And they were like, huh? And then she said, 9/11. And they're like, yeah, yeah. That's how it is, you know? That's how some people are. And then the people who are awake, who are like you and me, and all the young generation, they know what the fuck's going on. All these old people are old, and they're brainwashed from being brainwashed as a child, and because they never had internet, and they never had outside sources. They were kept in a small glass bubble by the mainstream media. The only way that they could connect with the outside world, is if they moved, visited, or saw another country on TV. Compared to our generation, we can see what's going on in other countries on the internet. We don't have to move to another country because other people from other countries can be in contact with us because of the internet. And we got cell phones. We can talk to other people from other countries now and not get charged $1 billion on like your phone bill.
Oh yeah, I think that they will.
Yeah, and if they like some phone companies do that, some phone companies don't. Like Verizon, I get unlimited minutes, but like international minutes cost money. And I got some friends that are in the UK because they moved out of the States because school is a lot cheaper over there. But or over in Europe, there's some schools in Europe that are a lot cheaper than in the US. So I talk to them every so often, but I won't talk to them longer than like a half an hour because after a while the minutes rack up and then it's like $30 for like 30 minutes, you know. So it's kind of bullshit, but it's worth it, you know, if you want to talk to a friend or relative, you know. But like their generation compared to ours, completely different. That's why we're not brainwashed, and that's why there's like these stupid groups like the anonymous group, which is complete utter bullshit. Because there's no personal agenda. There's no agenda because there's no leader. That's why the anonymous group has a good idea. As an idea, yes. Actually putting in action, no. They said there's many people that join Anonymous. Like there's fucking BWC members that say they're part of Anonymous because they wear the stupid. They use the V for Vendetta mask. But that's my take on that. I'm not gonna get too much into that because I'm just gonna get long-winded and get annoyed, and people are gonna get annoyed, and they're just gonna be skipping through the video.
9/11 was either a conspiracy or somebody really, really let something go. Because this shit was planned out of the ass. Because just think about it. Just fuck. They live in a fucking mud hut. How smart can they be?
Well, I'm not challenging their intelligence. I'm just challenging access to commercial jets in the United States.
Exactly. But, yeah, it was either somebody knew something and did not believe it, and just went, oh fuck, that's not gonna fucking happen. And it happened.
Yeah. Well, go watch. Dominic, what you should go watch, you should go watch Zeitgeist, the 9/11. If you go on YouTube, people, and you type in Zeitgeist, Zeitgeist, I think. I think that's how it's spelled. I believe so. If not, it'll automatically spell check it for you. And then type in 9/11, and that film shows you so much shit that happened. It's better than the film called Loose Change, in my opinion. But and also that film, they have 3 different films of 3 different topics in each film that all combine together. But like, there's part 1 of the first film is religion. It debunks religion completely. And then the second part of it is part 2, which is 9/11. And then part 3 is the Federal Reserve, how we're always going to be constantly in debt no matter what we do
Yeah,
because of the whole interest law.
yeah. That's what I just think 9/11 is bullshit. And I think either somebody had their head up their ass and just let it happen and not believe it. That's what I think. That somebody said something to somebody and they're like, no, that shit's not gonna happen. What the fuck? You're fucking stupid. And did not mention anything.
Well, I disbelieve that, but I think it's all about money and power.
Yeah, I can do that. It's just so stupid. And you know how I find so stupid? The
What?
the whole juggalo case. That's something we should talk about.
General what?
Hey, all the juggalo fees that we have. It's like everybody's like, like not like how we behave. I'm talking about how people react.
Oh, like how
Like,
people react to trolls?
yeah, like how if someone called me a homophobe, it's so fuck you, man. I'm not a homophobe, bitch. I'm talking about like that. If people stop reacting to it, it's just like when a kid's being annoying. If you stop giving him attention, finally he will stop.
Hang on 1 second, I'm on the computer. What I don't understand is, I'll quote CPN. What happened to the '90s style of being a juggalo, not giving a fuck? What happened to the 2000 year 2000 juggalos who not gave a fuck about anything? What happened to that attitude? If you're a fan of the
I think
most if you're a fan of the most hated band in the world, you're gonna get hated as well,
what the fuck do you think is gonna happen?
right?
You're gonna get flowers and cookies?
Hell no,
Well, yeah, yeah. I
hell
mean,
no.
yeah, that'll be the good part. The only thing we're gonna ever be known for is being the most hated group in America.
Right?
And every fan group has been made fun of. Like if you're a fan of fucking punk rock, you're gonna be called names. You're a fan of heavy metal, you're gonna be called names. If you're a fan of fucking gospel, you're gonna be called names. My brother's a fan of Lady Gaga, and I make fun of him a lot. Come on, come on.
Right?
This is true. If you're a fan of any type of music, you're gonna get made fun of at one point or another. It's just how life is.
Agreed. Agreed.
It's like, oh, come on, what do you expect gonna happen? Like, people need to realize this shit's gonna happen no matter what fucking happens. We're not gonna be loved. We're not gonna be hugged and kissed. We're gonna be hated until
This
one day
isn't
they just forget
hippie
about us
shit.
and another group comes along.
This isn't hippie shit. Only time whenever being a juggalo it's like some hippie shit is at the gathering, alright?
Yeah.
That's the
Chill.
only reason how I allow that shit to fly. You know, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like, that's the reason why I mainly have a problem with Spike, because he wants everything to be all happy, hunky dory. Life is full of shit.
Yeah.
Alright? You're gonna get shit on in life. Not everything's happy, hunky dory. Not being a juggalo is not all happy, hunky dory all the time.
Yeah.
You're gonna get hated, whether you like it or not. And I
Right?
don't mean to single out Spike, but like there's juggalos that have the same mindset as Spike. Spike's just being like the spokesperson of those juggalos with that mindset, you know, if you're on YouTube. But like,
Yeah.
it's sure being happy and hunky dory and all loving and caring and getting along would be
Yeah.
nice. That would be nice if the world was like that, but it's not. And that's why I say he's like the Martin
Yeah.
Luther King of the Juggalo community. He wants a change, but he wants to be peaceful about it. And me, I'm the Malcolm X. Like, I'll call him out on bullshit. I'll call people out on bullshit. You know? And for me, you
Yeah.
need to fuck shit up in order to make shit change. You know, that's how the world works. If you
Yeah.
want change, there's gonna have to have some fucked up shit to happen in order to make that change.
And the only reason I think we're hating is because nobody knew us until the Bill O'Reilly fucking shit happened, the 15 minutes shit happened, the Michael Sam shit happened, and the gay bashing guy happened.
Yeah, I would
Like, that's,
agree on that. Nobody knew about us on the mainstream level, you mean, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
We were underground until ICP went on 15 minutes and Bill O'Reilly show, shit like that.
yeah.
That's
Well,
when I say
the
ICP
60 minutes, the
kind
PD,
of let it, like, kind of went from underground to went, oh, yeah, you want to interview him? Oh, yeah, I want to get my name out there. They shouldn't have did that, but they got their name out there in a good way, of busting their asses, and did it. They got there.
yeah, but yet they got like during the Bill O'Reilly thing, they were young and they were kind of naive. They didn't really know how Bill O'Reilly worked. They just knew that, oh, Fox News, they want to interview us. All right, cool.
Yeah, well, come on. Fucking 60-minute shit happened like, what, 3, 4 years ago?
Yeah.
And then the fucking, then, then that shit turned on us because they cut half of it off. Like,
Well,
they
they
cut,
chopped it up. What they did, is they chopped it up so then it made them look evil or bad. But
yeah,
what's funny is that they have a full complete interview on YouTube uploaded, the full actual interview, so you can
yeah,
compare what they chopped up compared to what actually was asked, what actually was said.
yeah. They had the psychopathic guy there, which made them smart.
Yep.
Yeah, and like if you watch it, I still remember this. Every time people say, "Oh, they're evil," oh come on, go to 60 minutes, watch the full interview, and watch the guy laugh when they're reading his lyrics, ICP's lyrics. The guy was laughing.
Right.
He's like, he read fucking Shaggy's verse from In Your Face. He's like, um from Pluto to Uranus,
We're
we're underground
underground
famous,
famous,
and
and
he laughed.
he chuckles, like,
He's like, and then fucking is like, okay, come on, how can we be evil when he just laughed?
right? It's silly, it's funny, you know. Like, sure, if you don't get that sense of humor, it's whatever,
It's like
whatever.
it's like the comedian George Allen. He said things people hated, but he, nobody can cut him down. Nobody stopped him.
Right, and that's why I love that motherfucker.
And George Allen did the smart thing. He only did interviews with people he trusted.
Yep.
He never did an interview on CNN 60 minutes.
And
Never.
before he died, he went attacked the powers that be.
Yeah.
And I loved him for that. I loved him for that. He
And
went,
his book, it's great. His book is great. If you guys don't like reading books, you guys can get the audiobook read by his brother, which is spooky because he sounds like George Collins.
right.
It's fucking creepy. When I first listened to him, I'm like, wait, when did George Collins? What the fuck is going on?
Mhm.
Like, I thought he was alive. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like Tupac again?
All right, we're gonna stop it here because we're at the 55 minute. I think it can only go an hour long, so we're gonna stop it
Okay.
here, guys. So this is bullshit sessions, the video version, but with horror case instead of Joe, aka Mindframe. So normally I do this shit with Mindframe, and I'm probably gonna be doing a blog talk radio here soon. I don't know when, but whenever I'm free next. And I'll come up on YouTube, I'll do a video telling you all what time and all that shit. So everybody stay tuned for that. I'll let Dominic know whenever I'm doing it, so Dominic and Joe can be on it. And we'll just bullshit and talk about one subject and go from there. So with that being said, I'm Guido, I'm out. Peace.
And I'm for Jason. I'm out.